it, kick it. Keep those ribs up really high, stretching rib to hip, and point as you lift. Really point, 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 point. Hands by the knees, drop head. Curl, hunch, big shoulder roll. Shift back, keeping knees out, ribs up, and then reset. Toes out, heels aligned with shoulders, equal turnout on the feet. Bend knees, press, curl that tailbone under, ribs up, shift, keep knees pushed out all the time. Mitten down, equally, ribs up. Fold those fingers, knuckles back, hunch up high, knees a little deeper, arms up to the shoulders, shift into your heels and get the ribs up really high. Big inhale here. Knees a little deeper, keep the KLT, drag up to a V. Now pull those knuckles back, good. Big inhale here, hunch up high, 2, 3, reach out, 2, 3, shift into the heels again and ribs up really high, good. Big inhale here, ribs up as high as you can, stretching and thumbs away, then hold 2, 3 and release. Awesome, hunch up high. Ribs up, release, reset, bend knees, press, curl, ribs up, shift back, and keep those knees out, mitten down. Equally, ribs up, full finger, knuckles back, hunch up, ribs up, make your V. Now first one slow, thumbs to the middle, shift, zip up the middle, hands back, knuckles against the wall as we pull, 2, 3. Back up, think ribs up as we zip. And then really reach, stretching rib to hip on our V. Here we go. Ribs up and back, pull, 1, 2, 3. Ribs up and it's reach, 2, 3. Think knuckles back and weight in the heels. Ribs up, really reach, 2, 3. 2 more, hop, back, knuckles back, 2, 3. Ribs up, really reach, 2, 3. Last time, it's up, back and pull, 2, 3. Ribs up, really reach, 2, 3. Relax the legs, but arms stretch, 3. Lift, heels, 2, 3. Knuckles back, 2, 3. Through the front bend. Knees jazz, hands at the face, hand back. Tighten those lats while we jazz and bend. Mitten, out, ribs up, kick. Tall, flick it, kick it. Hands aligned with shoulders. Nice form. And keep those ribs up while we lift. Point, point, point. Hands by the knees, jazz, toes. Keep knees out as we hunch. Big shoulder roll. Keep those mittens scooped as we hunch. Again, high. Ribs up. Reset. Toes out equally. Not too much of a turnout. Bend knees. Press, curl. Ribs up, shift back, and keep the knees pushed out. Mitten away. Ribs up, full finger. Knuckles back. Hunch up high as you can. Knees a little deeper. Arms up to the shoulders. Shift into the heels and get those ribs up really high. Big inhale here. Knees a little deeper as we drag up to a V. Pull those knuckles back. First one slow. Knuckles back as we pull, 2, 3, like you're against a wall. Ribs up and really reach, 2, 3. Now keep those ribs up and knees out, little toe, and keep the tuck as you drag back up like a jumping jack. Here we go. Knuckles back, 2, 3. Reach, 2, 3, straight arm, and up. Knuckles back, 2, 3, reach, 2, 3, reach out. Good form. Knuckles back, 2, 3, keep the tailbone tucked, reach out. Once more. Knuckles back, 2, 3, and up, 2, 3, reach out. Then hold it here, relax the legs. Stretch arms, 2, 3, lift heels, 2, 3. Knuckles back, 2, 3, to the front. And bend knees, jazz, hands face. Back, tighten those lats while we jazz. And then bend knees. Mitten, out. Ribs up, kick, stretch that rib to hip, keep it tight in the back. Scoop those mittens all the time. Now point really hard. Bottom knee bent, lift, point, point. Hands by the knees, jazz, toes, drop head. Curl, hunch, keeping mittens, scoop knees out. Shift back, curl, hunch as high as you can. Ribs up, once more. Toes out equally, not too much of a turnout. And bend knees over the ankles. Press, curl, ribs up, shift back, and keep those knees out. Mitten down, equally. Ribs up, full finger, knuckles back, hunch up high. Knees a little deeper, arms up to the shoulders, shift into the heels, and get those ribs up really high. Big inhale here. As you exhale, bend those elbows and wrist right over in a goalpost position. Knuckles back, here we go. First 2, slow. Ribs up, 2, 3, all the way back, 2, 3. Ribs up, 2, 3, really work those triceps. Ribs up, 2, 3, and back. Ribs up, 2, 3, now V's, slow. V, 2, 3, stop, shoulders. Ribs up, ribs up. V, 2, 3, stop, shoulders. Ribs up, then V and half, ribs up and back. Last one, V and half, ribs up and back. Relax the legs. Arms extend, stretch, 2, 3, lift, heels, 2, 3, knuckles back, 2, 3, to the front. Bend and jazz, hands face and back. Tighten lats as we jazz. Bend knees, mitten, out, ribs up, kick, tall, flick it, kick it, reaching down. Keep the rib to hip stretching. Now really point, 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 point. Hands by the knees, dress, toes. Curl, hunch, keeping mittens, scoop. Shift back, keeping knees out, hunch high. Ribs up, sip, water.